So if you've ever raced in Zwift, you'll know that it can be a bit of a faff to use the power-ups. Like you have to either press the space button on your computer or tap the screen if you're using an iPad, or if you've got the companion app up, you have to tap a little button on that. So I have today this, which is an answer to that problem. So it's a power-up button basically, and it sits on the front of your bike. When you press it, it enables the power-up in the game. So I'll show you it all set up, and then later on I will show you how to make it. Right, so first of all, you take one end and you plug it into your laptop. This only works if you've got a laptop, by the way, for Zwift. If you're using like an iPad or anything else, then it might be a bit more difficult. But then you take the power up button here, and that just goes onto the mount like that. So when you're set up and going on the turbo, you've got the button right in front of you, which means that when you get a power up in the game, it's just as simple as pushing the button and then the power-up's engaged. So there's no faffing with trying to reach the spacebar, which is impossible for me, or getting your phone, opening the app, kind of takes forever. So this is definitely a lifesaver, I think, and a bit better than the way that it's done at the minute. And the best thing about it is that it's really easy to do, so I'll show you how you can make your own now. Okay, so in order to create a button which was going to work for power-ups on Zwift, I first needed something that would plug into the computer that would replace the spacebar at distance. So I had a look, you can get kind of wireless Bluetooth programmable buttons as well, but I figured a wired button was going to work a lot better, as it's just nothing to drop out, it's always going to be there. No chance of having a frustrating mid-race moment where it just doesn't work. So I had a look around on eBay and I ordered this here, which is a USB button. It comes also with some built-in software which allows you to program what it does on the different presses, and you can also change the color of the light, which is quite cool. So that was the first step. I'll walk you through how I program that now as well. So this button comes with this software here as well, which is pretty straightforward, and what you can do is you can set a sequence of what happens basically when the button is pushed, and you can set a primary and secondary sequence. So here I've chosen the space bar basically to be the first part of the sequence, and here I've set it both sequences on every press, and I haven't set anything up for the secondary sequence. You can also change the color of the button here to whatever you kind of want it to be. I kind of like having it set at a nice Zwift orange, something around there. But yeah, so that's how easy it is to set up the button to work as the spacebar. So after the button, the next thing which I thought, because originally when I was testing it out, I just had it hanging over my handlebars, which kind of worked, but it looks a bit kind of rough. The next thing I got, and this was from a chap called Andy Magnia, and he runs a company called Mag CAD Designs. Now it's a 3D printed, basically back of a Wahoo. So this means it's normally used for sticking kind of to phone cases, so you can put your phone on your Wahoo mount, but this fit the bill perfectly to sit on the back of the button. And then enable the button to be mounted where your Wahoo or Garmin would normally fit. Definitely check out his website, he does loads of cool stuff like this. I'll leave the link to that in the description as well, but it's perfect for what I needed. And then the last step of bringing both of those things together, I needed something to put the back of the Wahoo onto the button. It needs to sit slightly further out as well in order to give you that clearance to be able to like use the half-turn mechanism to get it on. So I got some of this, which is just adhesive tape squares, pretty simple. You kind of stack them up if you need to make them a bit thicker, and that's how it goes together. So when you've got your button here and the mount, I've got a Wahoo here, and the mount on the back, you can see, is mounted at kind of straight vertical between the two bits that stick out. So make sure when you put the Wahoo back onto the button that it's in the same way so that the wire sticks out away from your handlebars. Just a small thing, but it makes a difference. So take your sellotape squares, or any other brand that you might be using, I'm not affiliated, and grab one of these off, pop it on the back of the button first. And when you take the backing off, Yeah, make sure this bit now is oriented at 12 o'clock there. So push that on like that, and there you go, simple as that. Now I did actually see these buttons first being used when Catherine and I and Mika as well, my mate, we attended a Zwift event at the World Championships in Harrogate, and they had like a really cool setup across 8 different bikes for kind of running live Zwift events, and they had something very similar to this. It might have even been the same buttons set up on the handlebars of those bikes for power-up purposes, because obviously you can't give the riders in those events all a laptop to use or a phone. So that's where the idea came from, but I hadn't seen anyone else doing it, and I thought it's a pretty cool little hack to do. Definitely improves your Zwift racing experience, and you're less likely to throw your laptop across the room when the spacebar, you can't reach it or something. If you've enjoyed this video and you're gonna give this a go, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like on the video as well, be much appreciated, and subscribe to the channel because I've got new videos coming out every week at the minute, so that'd be wicked.